Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic week. Well, the Anthem of the Seas had to turn around because of a medical emergency, and some people weren't happy about it, and some people were even less happy about how unhappy those people were. So first off, what's the situation? On May 18th, the Anthem of the Seas was on its way back to its home port in New Jersey when suddenly, for a reason, a medical emergency, a life-threatening medical emergency, they had to turn around and they had to head to Nassau to get the person the quickest medical care possible. It was impossible to airlift them out because of the situation, and so they had to turn the ship around. And that being done, to save this person's potentially life, they are now not arriving back today. They were supposed to arrive on the 18th. They are now arriving on the 19th. So passengers are about a day to a day and a half late getting back. Royal Caribbean has said that if you booked your airline tickets with them, they will pay for your free airfare to get you home. And they have also said if you booked your airfare with somebody else, that they will credit you the amount, a certain amount based on your cruise. So they are compensating passengers for the inconvenience of what happened. Again, remember, this really isn't Royal Caribbean's fault. It was a medical emergency. They had the choice of, well, we can let this person die, or we can get them to safety and possibly save their lives at a proper medical facility. They chose the proper course of action and chose the person's life. Now here's where the next situation is. Don't forget, if you're late getting back, not only are you late getting off the ship, but people are late getting on board. So the short 5-day cruise that was coming up is now a 3.5 day cruise. So people had to get hotels, extra nights, and they're in New Jersey or New York City, very expensive areas sometimes to stay. So a lot of people were unhappy. Here's the situation why I'm bringing up how passengers were unhappy. And what they did is a gentleman posted on Twitter saying things like, am I supposed to get on the Anthem of the Seas a day and a half late? What am I supposed to do with my 2.5-year-old? Are we supposed to have a muster drill at 11 o'clock at night? Am I supposed to keep my toddler up until 11 o'clock at night for the muster drill? And right away, people jumped on this person saying, you know, first world problems, a person's life was endangered and you're worried about your toddler not having some sleep. You're worried about being delayed on your cruise. It came across as very self-centered. Whether it was intended on that or not, that's how it appears, because on Twitter you only have so many characters that you can say anything with. You can't say a story like I can here on YouTube. You have to just type in a few characters and that's it. So when you shorten up your sentences, you can come off very, very self-centered or completely the wrong meaning. Another person came on and said, Royal Caribbean, you really have to do something about this because this is outrageous. Now what she was saying is that she has toddlers, she had to pay for a hotel in New York City, we're getting on board late, can we have an earlier muster drill? Is there any possible way you can accommodate families like that? That was her meaning. But because it's Twitter, and you can only say so much, it came off as, Royal Caribbean, you have to do something, this is outrageous. That line automatically makes you seem self-centered, very egotistical. What about me? It's all about me. I don't care about that person. That person could have died, but my toddler's not going to stay up till 11 o'clock at night. I don't care if that person dies. That's how it comes off. So here's a warning for anybody out there on Twitter. Yeah, don't. Don't say stuff like that. Hey Don, why aren't you on Twitter? I don't know, because I like what I do. And I never want to be misinterpreted. So it's okay to be upset about stuff. It gets you, if I'm going to my Alaska cruise next week, and all of a sudden the ship doesn't arrive for 2 days, and I have to pay for an extra hotel for 2 nights in Vancouver, and it costs me $1,000, and I have to make new airplane flight arrangements, and I miss my shore excursions. Yes, I'm going to be annoyed. It's a huge inconvenience. But if they come back to me and say, oh, by the way, the reason we did it is we rescued somebody who was at sea and saved their lives, I'm not saying a word about it. Why, oh why, oh why would you say stuff like that? And it just blew up, and it's blowing up in their faces, and I hope they just delete those tweets so no more hate comes their way. That's one of the reasons I'm not showing it to you here, because it can be the most harmless thing in the world in what you're trying to say, and it just came off wrong. And people will call you on it, and they will pester you on it. That's just the way our culture is nowadays, right? Hey, it's all about what you did wrong. It's not about what you did right. And I'm all about what you're doing right and what you're having fun with. And in this case, Royal Caribbean, good job. You made the right decision. Royal Caribbean lost a ton of money doing this. The extra fuel to head back and then come back, extra money. Paying everybody's extra airfare and extra money. Paying everybody for the extra days they're missing on the cruise coming up after that, extra money. Paying for the port charges because they had to pay port fees for the going back to Nassau to dock to get this person off the ship, extra money. Royal Caribbean didn't care about that. They rescued the person and potentially saved their life. So that's where I stand. As far as I'm concerned, good job on Royal Caribbean. And before you complain about something, make sure your wording doesn't come off like a complete jerk. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.